This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are in the brand new IS-5 Glory tank. Now this is a loaner tank from Wargaming, so I appreciate you guys giving me the tank for a few days to check it out, get a review out there, or not so much a review, but a first impressions and kind of whether or not I personally would buy this. And that's what this is about. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is the very first match I had in this tank, and I am top tier. And my first impressions of this tank are simple. A, it's glorious. B, I think it's at least over 60 years old due to the fact that it has to have a quilt to keep it warm. You know, your blood circulation doesn't quite pick up, as you get older, so then you start keeping quilts around to keep your legs warm and that sort of thing. That's basically what it reminds me of. And there I always crash into that stupid metal wall. And then I always initially end up crashing right into the rock behind this bush. Every time, it never fails. I do it every single time. But that being said, what are some positives of this tank? Well, it's good looking. It's got an interesting camo. But I don't hate it. The camo on it is not that bad. It kind of reminds me of a knife that I have. I have a Smith & Wesson big knife that my brother-in-law bought me. And I love it. I've never used it. It's in the case. I wouldn't use it. It's more of a showpiece because I don't even want to think about how much he paid for it. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that kind of Damascus steel cow pattern, just a good look to it. The sharp angles of it are nice. It does get to shoot APCR as standard ammo. And we take a shot and it goes off into space. So right there you notice the very first thing that we come to as far as a con. This is not the most accurate tank in the world. That being said, it's still a 122mm cannon, and it does pack a wallop when it pins somebody. So this poor little AMC just found out the hard way that you can't sit in front of this 122mm gun. It will hurt you. Okay, but here's, so the accuracy, the dispersion at 100 meters in this, I believe, is a .46, which is .06 worse accuracy than the IS-3. And I'm going to make a lot of comparisons to the IS-3. Why? Because it's the standard version. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but I had no intention of shooting him again. I was just going to ram him. I put a round into the mutant. He's going to, back off, realizing he should probably shoot at me. And you're going to start seeing one of the issues with this tank. Oh, it bounced. Even off of that flat angled part that was facing me, I couldn't pin him, even with the APCR as standard. The problem is, this is not a good gun. Not a good gun at all. And now he's damaged my gun. So, I run up next to him, put a round on him, and you're going to see the next problem with this tank. This tank has abysmal turning radius. You just cannot flip this tank around to get your armor facing the guy that you need to face. Now, I've tried to load heat here because I need to pin this guy. I have to end up killing this guy. There's no other way to do it. Now, I do rush in, track him, and back off. And there we put the heat right through the front plate that was angled slightly towards us, therefore making it flatter, easier to hit. Now, he's backed off a little bit, and I'm going to hit the same spot with heat again. Only this time, he wasn't angled down towards me, and it bounces. That shows you the effect of armor angling. You know what I mean? So, it's not got a lot of punch as far as penetration. Oh, hello. It's got decent damage. It's a good-looking tank. It's got some quilts in case the tank breaks down in the middle of the night and you're cold So you can throw the quilts on you, keep warm, you know, that sort of thing. And there we go. But would I buy this tank? Personally, after trying it, no. It is a good looking tank, and the collectors out there that like to collect these tanks, I'm sure you would like to buy it, but personally it's not for me. There's too many drawbacks, and honestly the IS-3 that you can get just by grinding the line is so much better. But anyway, if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.